I wanted to make a quick guide on the Wonder Theater and how to maximize out of it. I know I thought that you had to go all the way through and knock out all the levels on it, so just wasted tons and tons of talismans trying to do that. After the last one, I kind of got to doing some reading and saw people talking about a different way to do it, where you're not going to go for the top, you're not going to continuously use the protected exploration. Instead, there's a method to do it where you're going to maximize the amount of coins that you get while using the least amount of talismans. So you're going to feel like when you do this, you're not getting that much because you're constantly going to be landing on the first two levels. But you'll see as you go that it adds up really quickly, and all you need is to pop once, maybe every 5-6 times, hit one of the fifth level or higher, which is actually not that hard to do, and you'll get tons of points. I'm doing it on the Chinese hacked server. It's going to look a little bit different as far as the rewards and stuff on here because this is based off of what it was last time it came around. And so the coins and all that, they're lower level rewards, but it scales. I've tested it on the actual game as well, and I come out with the same amount of items, even though the coins look like I'm getting a whole lot less on this side. They didn't really change it; they just made it look like you were getting more. But the way we do it is, first off, I've got like 2,000 talismans on here because on this server, I get frost stars for free. $100 gets you 1,000. I bought pretty much the entire thing, and we'll go on here. But pretty much the entire shop there in one of the 100s. You don't have to spend that much to be able to take advantage of this, but it's better for me to be able to make a video if I have more to use. So we'll start off, we'll do the protected exploration. You have to do that on level 1. So it's going to give me the +1. From there, we only use regular exploration. 9 times out of 10, you're going to fall back down to 1. So don't show me this again. Confirm. So it's going to drop me back down there. I got the lowest amount of coins. And I'm just going to repeat this. What I'm trying to hit is I will keep going with the regular all the way until I get to levels 5 through 7. Once I hit those, whatever I land on, I take the reward. I'm doing the coins every single time, unless there's something that I just really need that's another option on there. So on that one, I got a +2. I'll probably fall back down again. So if you're just looking at one item at a time, or one's turn at a time, you feel like you're not getting much. I like to look at it at 100 at a time. So up 1, drop back down. But I did this last night, and I did it both on this server and on the actual game. And it basically comes down to, if I'm just buying speeds with it, for every $1 that I spent on talismans, I got a day worth of speeds. So it's $1 a day for speeds, which there's no pack on the game that gets that. We'll just keep repeating. So we'll keep falling, but you got to remember we're only using 5 talismans a turn, whereas I'll show you after we get a good one on here. Yep. So we're up to 4, and we're going to drop back down to 2, which is still not a bad reward. But once we get a good one on here, I'll show you how much it costs if you was to sit there, and that's a good spin. If you was to sit there and try to go for the top. We actually watch that goes. We're 5 on level 1. Level 2 would cost another 5. And it just goes up from there. And there's no way I'm going to go through 2,000 on this today because it takes forever and I would lose my mind. Up to... Now, some of the YouTube creators, I think Chizgold did a video on it today. They're doing it if you make it to the 4th level, they go ahead and collect, which you'll get a good bit that way. But if you go for that 5th, like I said, that's what I've been doing. I've been having better luck with that than what I was seeing on his video, as far as I'm able to get more out of it. So 4th level is not bad. That 5th level doubles the 4th. And typically, if you make it to the 4th and you roll again, you're either going to go up or you're going to drop 1. You may drop 2, but it's a little more rare for it to do the -2 on it. And it's not a huge difference between 3 and 4, so you're not losing that much. So see, at this point, we're already, it'll be 30 for a protected exploration. I think it was 20 for that one, so you'd be already at either 55 or 60. I don't remember what that one was. But talismans used on that, whereas we're only using 5. Go up, and so they got me all the way up to the 6th level. So that right there makes the entire thing worth it. So we've used about 85 talismans here. If we were to go back over here to our rewards, of those 85, I had this zeroed out. I think I had 6 left on it, but we've got nearly 1,300 of this, which again, that's skilled. Biggest thing to measure it by is by your speeds. It scales very, very evenly on the speeds. So just based off of that, that is 162 hours of speed ups. It's ridiculously amounts. And so the general consensus is if you spend $5 a day and you get all your rewards, your wonder missions, and you stack all those up, you're looking at 20, 30, 35, 40 right there, plus your $5 pack, give you 80, that's 120 spins. And so I, on average, and I've done this across multiple thousands on this, and then I also did it with, I think it was 160 on the actual server, and I still wound up hitting at the same rate. Out of every 100, I got enough for, I think it came out to, I got about 8 days worth of speeds I got 9.75 days worth of speeds on the actual game for $10, for that being what I spent. And then on this, I spent $100 yesterday, which is $100 worth of Frost Stores, so I didn't spend it, but it was there. And it got me 97.5 days worth of speeds. So that's where I come out with $1 per day. Now I'll do one where I do the protected all the way up, and we'll look at what it would cost to get the same thing. Because even if you get it all the way to the top, I got 1,000 on doing it off the 5 talismans on that last ones. I'll have 2,000 here. So I've spent 100 so far, and gotten 1,000, say 1,300. I spent 85 talismans and got 1,300. So if I did protected all the way up, that's 5, that's 25, so that's 45, that's 65, that's 95, that's 125, that'd be 250, so 375, so That is ridiculously amount more. So yeah, quadruple the cost to get 700 more. It's not a big difference. Like, it is not worth it to go all the way to the top. Do 5 at a time. We'll do it again here. Again, we started at 1645 on this round. So we'll just see where we get if once we get it down to 1600. Again, more often than not, you wind up down here on just the absolute garbage rewards, but your average is going to stay higher than what it is if you're doing the straight run through to the top. That's we're on 4 there. Let's go. So again, not the best run on that 45, but come back over here. We're at 1300, so it should have been 3300. We still got 150 off of just 45 talismans. If you scale that at how much it costs to go to the top, we still wound up getting more off of that 45 talismans, even with those garbage landings there. Our average talisman still got us more points. But good start. Again, I could stop right there at the 4. That's what they advise to do there, and you may wind up with a higher average that way. Like I said, I just like we're going from 250 to 720 here. It's bigger numbers on the other game, but it's still the same ratio. So you're looking at triple. So you're tripling the value if you can go up any more. Whereas it's a fourth of it if you drop down. But I went up. So 730, that means that pretty much as long as I hit the 5th round, even if I land on the first 2 for the entire rest of that 100, my value is still there. I'm still going to hit that 1,000, which that 1,000 is what I'm looking for. If I can do 1,000 every 100, then I can get all the rewards that I could realistically be expecting to do in this event. Now I've noticed you'll hit very small ones for a while, then you'll hit a hot streak. Or I'll say that and I'll land on the first level. Like I said, we just live on the first and second level, and then every once in a while Every few, we pop. If floor 2 is your average, you're going to do pretty good on this event. I'm going to get this down to where I finish this 100 out and finish at 1500. We'll see where we're at. Then I'll be done with it for tonight. Hopefully I can get one more level 5 out of this 100. I think last night when I was doing it, both on this and on the actual game, out of all the times I did it, I only had one time where I didn't get at least 1,000 coins out of 100 talismans. On 4, and there we go. It's twice in this 100 that I've hit level 5. Like I said, it's really not that uncommon to do. You're going to feel like you're getting nothing because you keep landing on that bottom. But like I said, I mean, you pop. That's 3 out of this 100. That's a little more rare. And those little pops there are where you're going to get all your rewards from. But if you do it this way, this actually makes this the cheapest event in the game. Or the cheapest event shop in the game. Alright, let's get me down to the 1500. Pop back over to the shop. So we're at 5941. Remember, we wasted over 300 talismans doing the one to go all the way to the top for the 2000. Without that, we're still at almost 4,000 on this. And again, that number is not the same as is on the other game. That number would be a whole lot higher on the other game, or on the real game. I think my 1,200 here comes out to like 16,000 coins on the other game, or 32,000 coins on the actual game. It's a ridiculous amount, but like I said, I measure it by the speed. So what I've got sitting right here, 742 hours worth of speeds. But you're not going to beat that anywhere. If I want to do my essence stones, it's 47 essence stones. Do my your choice gold gears. I can get both of those. 118 general shards. Like, this is, aside from the one where I went to the top just to show you how expensive it was, we spent what, I don't know, we only did one 100 and we did one that was 85, so 185. That would come out to, honestly, if you spent the $10 plus the regular rewards, because the regular rewards gets you 40, that's $10. So, again, just use that 5 talismans to start it, and then play it like blackjack. You're hitting all the way until you hit the 5. Once you hit 5, you go ahead and you collect your rewards. If it lands on 6, you're collecting a reward. Every once in a while, you might hit 7. If you're not feeling quite as brave and want to be a little safer, then set 4 as your goal. Like I said, you're not going to get as much out of it that way, I don't think. But either way, either option there is better than trying to shoot straight for the top. Shooting straight for the top is just a trap to take your money. Anyways, if y'all have any questions about it, want me to explain a little bit better, let me know. But I'm hoping the video kind of answers some of the questions people had when I started trying to explain it yesterday. Now I'm going to go tell this dog to shut up. Have a good night.